Hi and welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Tasha, and today we're going to do another vlog, but we're going to be focusing on market prep because we have markets coming up soon. I don't have anything officially on the books yet because I'm still waiting on my local farmers market to assign us booths, but we were approved, and so that starts in May. It is currently March 15th, and so I figured I'd get a head start. I've already made a ton of plushies, and I will show you that soon, but we're starting this on Sunday because we got some new yarn, and I already filmed like a little short of me unboxing it, but I figured I would start the vlog out by showing you all the colors I got, and I'm really excited about them. I got a couple new colors, but most of these colors I've already had, and so really just a restock because I started to realize that the yarn that I bought myself last year is running low. So I got my tax return back, and so naturally we get yarn. So I got this giant box down here. Oh, I'll show you. This giant box full of yarn. I still have some on the table after I did the little shorts unboxing. I apologize for the lighting too. It's really stormy and gross outside. So anyway, but this is the best place for me to film. But anyway, so I'll show you some of the colors I got. I'll pull out the new colors I feel like I've never used before. Okay, so I think these colors that I have in front of me, I don't think I got all the brand new colors, but these are the new ones that were not a thing when I went and did my first purchase. Like, I think it was almost a year ago at this point. I don't remember if this one was a new one for me or not, but it's Forget Me Not. And it's very pretty. It's just this like pretty light blue. And unfortunately, the lighting, because of the lighting being so yellow, these may not be totally true to the actual color. So hopefully you can at least get an idea. But I have actually not had an orange. So this one's called Tangerine. It's like a nice, like light pumpkin-y orange color. So orange has been really hard for me to find anywhere. I don't have a Michael's near me. I think the closest one is like an hour and a half away. So it's really hard to find orange. So I'm really glad that this was in stock when I ordered this time around. So I've got an orange, Tangerine. And then this one is like, it's called Bubblegum. It's like a pink. It's like exactly a bubblegum pink. Love it. And then this one's probably my favorite one. This is Chartreuse. Again, kind of hard to tell what it actually looks like, but it's like a very light green. But kind of like a yellowy green. It's going to be perfect for some of my frog projects. I'm very excited. But then I'll just kind of run through really quickly so that this isn't too long of an intro. Some of the other colors I got blue. I got lilac. I got French blue. I believe this is rust. I use this for my Highland cows. This one is hot pink. I just made a drift. The octopus in this color, so good. I'll show you that later in the video. Another new one, I think, or it was out of stock when I ordered the first time. This is Teddy Bear, another good like brown yarn for like cows and stuff like that. This should be Sage. Love this color too. This is also a very good frog color. Those together too, love it. This I believe is Mint, another good frog color. I got a lot of greens. Green's not my favorite color, but it is good for froggies. And I love myself a froggy. This one is Spearmint, also a very good color. This one is Summer Squash, a very nice bright yellow. And this one is just yellow, very soft yellow. Those look really good together. I love it. It makes me want to make a flower or something. Then I got this gray color, which is called Seal. Very good. Neutral color. I got a couple of these ones. And then this one should be teal, I think. Yeah, such a pretty color. I've made a drift in this one too, and I actually traded that for a mug at a market that I did one time. And then I got this light pink. It's like kind of like a blush pink. I use this for like snouts for like my cows, or I have a possum pattern that I use this for like the nose and the little feet. And I also have made my Patrick the Star plushie with this color too. This is a good color. I probably should have got two of these because I used this so quickly and I had to be very sparing about it. So anyway, that's a good color. And then I think the last three colors are all just these ones. So I just got like a white because if you've watched one of my previous videos, my challenge video where the bucket tells me what to make, I ran out of white. So I got just one skein of white, just flat out white, to finish my little black and white cow. And so I'll finish that in this video, hopefully. And then I got 2 of the cream color, because personally I prefer more of a cream color myself than a stark white. So that's kind of the difference. I personally like more of a cream color, but I do have white just for projects where white would make the most sense. And then I have black, of course. I actually have quite a bit of this. I got 2 of these in this one, and then I ordered a Bernat blanket black as well. So I have plenty of black at this point. And I think that's everything. So I have all of these colors in front of me that I'm going to now put back in the box. I don't have a good place to store this yet. I will eventually at some point clean up my craft room office, which my mother-in-law lovingly calls the croffice. So if I call it that, that's what I'm talking about. So eventually at some point I'm going to go in there and clean that up, and I'm going to dedicate some of my cube space, my cube organizer space, to my yarn, because I really need to organize this. Currently I'm just kind of working out of boxes and big plastic totes because that's the space that I have. But anyway, I'm very excited. Ooh, like bee colors. I'm really excited to start making stuff with this. I have been really enjoying getting back to making plushies, because after the markets were done, I was very disappointed in my last market. If you watched that video, I'll link it down below if you haven't seen it, but it was like a really big market, or it was advertised as a big market, and I feel like I made so much for it and I made like hardly any money. Part of that could have been the fact that I may have priced my things a little bit too high in trying to prevent myself from, you know, underselling myself. I think I made things a little bit too high. So that could have been part of it, but I was very disappointed, and I think it kind of put me off of making plushies because I didn't have any more markets planned up until the spring season. And that happened in October. And so I just was not interested in making any plushies. But I've recently, since market season is upon us, I've recently been making tons of plushies, and so I've been really enjoying making them again, and I'm really glad to have some more yarn to make some more things. So stay tuned for that. I will be showing you soon. This lighting is just not good, so I may have to wait till tomorrow to show you some of the things I made last week, since I took a break last week on videos, and I just needed a hand break and also a mental break. And so but I did crochet some things, and so I will show you that tomorrow probably, because I want you to see it in better lighting. But anyway, there's my yarn haul. What do you think? Do you like this yarn? This is their new Parfait Plush yarn. I love it. It's great. And you get a lot for it. I think this was like $6.99 or $7.99. I feel like that's a pretty good price, considering the fact that, again, I don't have a Michael's near me. I do want to take a trip to Michael's, so let me know if you want to see that. I may do a little shorts vlog or even a long vlog going to Michael's, taking a little road trip to Michael's, because there is one like an hour and a half away. But anyway, there's my yarn haul. All right, it is Monday, March 16th, and it is so cold out here. I don't know what happened. It's freezing. I wanted to sit outside today, but there's just no way. But the sun is as bright as can be. I actually have a piece of paper taped to my windshield so that it's not so bright in here. But anyway, please excuse the voice. I think I'm either getting a cold or I have really bad allergies. So anyway, that out of the way, I wanted to show you really quick what I worked on last week, because I worked on a few plushies. I didn't do a whole lot, to be honest. I do have a full-time job. I know I'm going to repeat myself so much, but just if you're new here, I do have a full-time job, and I do have an almost 2-year-old daughter. So I don't have a lot of time to crochet at home because she wants to help, and it's just really tough. She wants to like take my crochet hook from me and try to help by poking it. Anyway, so it's just sometimes I just cannot take my stuff out and work on it at home. Hence the car studio again, because I just can't film or crochet at home as much. So, but my boss does let me crochet on downtimes at work, so I'm very thankful for that. So because of that, we have a few plushies to show you. So the first one I'm going to show you is this cute little dragon. This is actually a free pattern on Instagram. I will link any of the patterns I mentioned in this video down below. If I didn't, remind me in the comments, but this is a little dragon, and it really did turn out cute. The only thing is, in the pattern, it did mention to adjust these stitches because of tension and stuff like that, and so I didn't, because I wasn't really paying attention, and I noticed the spine is kind of curling down this way. So I think I'm going to make this pattern again, but I may actually just surface crochet those next time. So I'm just going to ignore that part of the pattern and surface crochet those. And then also this part, which that didn't turn out too bad. But anyway, it's a cute little dragon. I love it. It's adorable. Get a little closer look. Very, very cute. Love the color combination. So there's that. That was my least favorite thing, but like I said, I'm going to try to fix it. I did this cute little elephant. Oh. The ears kind of turned out a little bit weird, but obviously a little bit crooked. I don't know. Again, I'm doing it again, and I'll show you that in a second. And so I may try to do the ears a little bit different, but it's got like a cute little tail. Very, very cute. Very cute. I'm definitely going to do more of these. Another free pattern on Instagram. I'm honestly genuinely surprised by how many free patterns people put out there, because like they totally don't have to do that, you know. Basically, you can find a free pattern for every paid pattern there is. Although it is a good idea to pay for patterns too. Anyway, I also went on like a drift making spree. A little bit, I guess. So I made this first. I found this yarn. This is a Bernat blanket, baby blanket yarn. And it was just so cute. And then my husband like really worked hard for it. I saw it on like the very top shelf. Luckily he is 6'2", and so he was able to grab it. But then as soon as he grabbed it, I noticed that there was one on the bottom shelf. So he worked really hard for this yarn, so I figured I would buy it. But it turned out so cute. This little thing is adorable. And so I did this one. His little tentacles turned out so curly. I love it. And then I decided to make a pink, like a totally hot pink one, which I think this is with the Parfait Plush yarn by Premier. And so I think the yarn is just a little bit smaller than this one. So probably the reason why this one's more curly than this one. But I figured I'd do a couple pink ones. And then I did a little experiment, right? So this is a bee pattern by Sammy Crochet. She's got a free tutorial on her YouTube channel. And I tried with that pink yarn, which I'm trying to figure out where I put it. Oh, this one. So with this yarn, right, that we used for this drift, I decided to try to make like a little bee. I don't know. I thought it was really cute. I liked it in theory, but in practice, I'm not sure if it really came across the way that I really wanted to. I think I just had bad luck because this stripe ended up being like really, really light colored. So it's not coming across as pink bee. I don't know what it's coming across as. So I don't know if that'll sell, but you know, you don't know what's going to work unless you try it. So I tried it and I don't really like it, but that's okay. Someone may like it and that's what matters. Anyway, then the last thing I worked on last week, and it's not totally done yet, but I have to show it to you anyway because it's really cute. It is this little bunny in a hoodie. This is a little paid pattern I did on Instagram. And no, this is a paid pattern I got on Etsy, and it's so cute. There's a bunch of different options. So what's not done about it is it's actually going to be a shark. And so at some point I'm going to do like a little fin on the back and then put little teeth right here. And then it'll be done. But I just didn't get to that point yet because I got this done and I was like, okay, I'm done with this project for now. And so I will circle back around and put the little teeth, and because I haven't figured out how I'm going to do the teeth yet. I don't know if I'm going to crochet the teeth or if I'm going to use felt. In the pattern it calls for either one. And then I totally didn't realize that there was a back fin, so I didn't even do that. But there's that. It's pretty cute. The only thing is I sewed the head on a little bit crooked. I recently saw someone making those the amigurumi sticks, or the ami sticks, where it's like a big long stick and usually has like a cute bead at the end or something. And what you use it for is when you're sewing stuff on, you can just like stab the needle into it and it'll keep the head or the arm or whatever you're sewing on, it'll keep it where it is. And I feel like I need that because I always sew stuff on crooked. Because if you can see, like this is faced forward, right? And you can tell that the head, like the face is this way.
So not totally the worst thing, but I probably will dock a few dollars for that because I need to do a little bit better on that. But it still turned out really cute and I love it. She will definitely find a home and I'm very excited about that. So what do you think? So cute. I love it. And then the thing that I worked on this week, and I literally just finished this today, is another drift. So I found another yarn, another Bernat baby blanket yarn that I felt like would be a good match to this one. I didn't mean for this to turn into a boy versus girl thing. I was just thinking in terms of like, okay, I have a pink and purpley like drift, so I need something that's a little bit more on the masculine side. Not to say that a boy couldn't buy the pink one and a girl couldn't buy the blue one, but I was thinking in terms of like, okay, an octopus, if I just have pink and purple octopus, then what if a boy comes up that doesn't like pink and wants one? So that was kind of my thought process, is I was trying to do a more masculine color combination or like choice, because I think a lot of times this stuff kind of aims more towards like feminine. Again, not to say that a boy couldn't buy this pink bee or something like that, but it does typically, more often than not, kind of aim more towards the feminine side. So I wanted to get some more options for little boys who may want to be interested in who may be interested in my stuff. And so I'm gonna probably also get some like dino patterns and stuff, but I wanted to get this as like a contrast to the little pink one. So I got this yarn. They're both Bernat baby blanket yarns and I love them. They're so cute. This one turned out really cute and I love this pattern. It's just adorable. It is just so cute and it's so easy. It's so easy to do. It takes me like 30 minutes maybe. So anyway, that's what I've worked on. That's what I worked on last week. And then of course I started the week out making this. So I'm really happy with the progress of that, considering how busy I usually am. So I've been just kind of making whatever I feel like making. I may eventually go back to my little bucket. If you're new, I did do a challenge video where I put like little slips of paper of all the patterns I have and I picked them out and I made those projects for the week. So I may go back to that and do that again, but I've been kind of having fun just picking whatever I want to make. So currently what I'm working on right now that's not completed yet is again this blue yarn that I used for this drift. Basically I'm just kind of trying to find like other projects I can use this for, because I have a it comes with a lot of yarn, right? So I have like this much still left after making those two drifts. So I'm like, okay, what else can I use this for? So I'm probably in the pink also going to do another elephant, but that's what I'm working on currently, is a little elephant. I was going to try to find the one I have finished. So it's like this. Obviously turned out a little bit bigger because the yarn is just a little bit thicker. Also, I'm using a 6mm hook for this one versus I used a 5.5 for this one. So it is going to turn out just a little bit bigger. But anyway, that's what I'm currently working on because I felt like this yarn would do really well with the elephant. So I'll probably, again, do an elephant in this color because why not? I have it. I don't work with variegated yarn very often, and so it's kind of nice to work with something a little bit different. Anyway, that's what I'm working on right now. I really need to sit down. I know I still have about a month and a half before my first market potentially. So I still have a lot of time to work on some stuff, but I really need to sit down and make a list of all of my like inventory and make also a list of all the things that I need to make for that inventory. So I'm just making a lot of like one-off things. I mean, every once in a while, like I made 3 drifts, right? So obviously I'm not making just one thing, but some of them I am just making one thing and I need to like bulk up on it. So like these smaller projects like the dragon and stuff, I probably should at least have 3 or 4 of these done and stuff like that. So I have some things I need to do. But as of right now, I'm enjoying just being able to like pick stuff up and just make stuff how I feel. So in this pattern, this little bunny pattern with the hood, there's a bunch of different ones and I want to make the frog one. It's just so cute. So it's like the same thing with a hoodie, but it's got a frog hoodie. And so I am going to probably make that one as well. And then there's a cat one, but it's a black cat. But what I would like to make is like a calico cat. That's just like my thought. And then there's also an axolotl one I want to make. So there's a lot of these that I want to make. So hopefully these are popular because I really enjoyed making them. But anyway, there's the update. Let's work on some more crochet stuff.
All right, so it's Tuesday, March 17th. And I'm sitting here because it's my half day from work. Thank goodness, too. I've got this bag full of stuff I was going to go through really quick. Because even though, again, we are still a few weeks out from our first market, I still wanted to go through this and kind of get a list of things I need to work on. But in the meantime, I also have a friend with me. What are you doing? This is Loki. And he's been bugging me because he wants food. Anyway, before we start, I wanted to show you this because they're just kind of sitting on the floor right now with my daughter's, like, toys and stuff. But this was probably my very first amigurumi. It's not very good. Also, it's got hair all over it. I'm sorry. It's been on the floor. And as you can see, I have cats. Very long-haired cats. But anyway, isn't that funny? Like, this was probably my very first amigurumi ever. Made with worsted weight yarn. This guy I made up because he was supposed to be a sock. And I was trying to follow a pattern, and so the head part, like, you can kind of see where I was going with sock, I guess, but I got to this point and I realized that the sock was just way too big, and so I decided to turn him into a little monster, I guess. I don't know. He's cute though. Then I have this Oshawott that I made, little Pokemon. It actually turned out pretty cute. It's not stuffed very much. Like, I probably should have stuffed him just a little bit better, but he's got like a little felt, like, you know, a felt thing on him. And then the last thing is this Baymax, which again, not stuffed enough at all, but I genuinely tried to sell these like years ago on my Etsy shop, and they didn't sell, which is reasonable because they weren't very good. But you know, there you go. That's I thought I'd show these because this is kind of relevant to what I'm doing now. They are a little bit, my creations now are a little bit better. But anyway, go look and I'll show you everything that I have done so far as products we're gonna be bringing to the market. So anyway. Okay, excuse the mess outside of this, but this is what I have. So that's a decent amount. I am missing a few things because I think I've left some in the car. I have a couple little baby chicks in the car, and then I have a little rubber ducky in the car too. But other than that, oh, and the only other thing is I have a bunch of keychains too. So this is just my like non-keychain stuff. So, I mean, that's a decent amount of stuff. This is my axolotl pattern, and I made like 6 of these. I made them in like different colors. It's not my pattern, sorry. This is a free pattern on Instagram. But I made like 6 of these because this is like the normal colored one. I made these and I couldn't like keep them in stock. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to dedicate myself to like making as many of these as possible. And then I literally didn't sell one. Now, I will add mouths to them. I initially wasn't going to do that because I liked it without the mouth, but now I'm kind of thinking they need mouths. And I may have been trying to price these a little bit too high. But anyway, that's just an idea. I've got little whales. I've got these little octos, which these ones I put in little glass containers at my last market, and I thought they did pretty good, so I might do that again. And then I've got like little froggies, like the little froggy. I've got the big leggy froggy, and then the little sitting froggy. I actually don't have as many of these as I thought I did. And then I guess I have just one ghost. This was around October I made this. And then of course I have the blue
chicken from Stardew Valley. The comb color I think is a little bit off. I think it should be purple, but that's what I had. And so I only have like 2 chickens. And then this is actually a possum pattern, but I kind of adjusted it to make it a rat. And so I need to make more of these. I guess I didn't realize I didn't have any possums. Anyway, then I have these 4 loaf kitties. Definitely need more loaf kitties. I've got a lot of things. I got 2 pickles. Anyway, this is one of my favorite patterns. This is so cute. If I could remember, I may not put all of these patterns in the description, but at least some of the ones I'm mentioning I'll try to put in here. This is a cardinal. It's just so cute. I love it. And then this is like a little parakeet. I don't know. Anyway, that's all my stuff. So this kind of gives me an idea. And this bee I mentioned earlier, this is the actual, like this is what it looks like with actual bee colors. So gives you an idea of what I was trying to do. But anyway. So yeah, here's everything that I have. I still want to make way more. So because currently this is like my only big item. So I need to make more big items like that. And of course more loaf kitties. I may make a couple more frogs and some of my new greens and stuff. And then I also want to make the other ones that come in this pattern. There's so many things. More turtles. Yeah. So this gives me an idea. Also, these ones, I love the pattern for this. So stinking cute. Here's the ballerina one. So cute. Anyway, this is everything. Oh, and my daughter put up here these gummy bears, which I have not sold, and I made them so long ago. I just don't think it's made with the right yarn. So those will probably be like clearance items or whatever. But anyway, there's everything. Hopefully I can make some more. Okay, so it's Friday, March 20th, and I apologize if you can hear my coworker's truck. She apparently is not going to leave for lunch. It's loud. Anyway, so I'm here to wrap up the video because I don't really have much more to show you. This week has been a little bit of a weird one. I wasn't able to crochet at work as much as I usually do, just because my boss is being just like a little bit weird right now. She hasn't directly told me I couldn't, but it's one of those things that I'm wondering if she may eventually tell me I can't. I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about it. So it's been okay this entire time I've worked here, but she's just getting a little bit weird. So I've been kind of avoiding it a little bit, and so because of that I haven't really been able to work on what I want to. But I wanted to show you this, even though it's not much really. I did finish up this guy. Other than his ears, I was gonna try to do something myself, and I figured out I cannot figure out how. I can't do it. So I'm gonna look back at the pattern and see, because the pattern didn't make sense to me, and I did it the first time when I did the first elephant, but for whatever reason I just decided that I thought I could do it better. I don't know why I thought that. So I'm gonna look back at the pattern, and hopefully, I didn't mark where they needed to go, so hopefully I can figure out where they go. But that's the only thing I have left for this little guy, is just his little ears. So yeah, the last thing I have for this week. And now it's just a matter of editing this video and getting it up tomorrow, which will be today for you. But anyway, I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and let me know down below if there's anything else you would want me to do, or if you want to see me make something in particular, just let me know down below. If there's any like good patterns, paid or free, let me know. Anything good for market prep and stuff like that. I'm always up for more patterns. I have like a cart full of patterns in Etsy right now that I just need to purchase, so I have a lot more coming. So feel free to subscribe if you are interested in that. But anyway, I appreciate you watching. I hope you have a good weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.